What's up? What's up, everybody? We back again. It's your man, King A.D.S. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the Inland Empire and in Southern California. Back here with another video. Big shouts to everybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that tunes in and catches up with me. I really do appreciate you each and every time. And just wanted to say, for what it's worth, happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, right? It's got an air irony to it this year, right? Labor and day. Labor and day. The day to honor the laboring workforce that makes the country great, that gives it the ability to have all these great opportunities and options and the budget to build things with, and for the people, to make it better for the people who live here and the people who want to come visit here, and all those wonderful things. And in 2025, I'm not too sure how people are even feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it happy Labor Day this year, or is it more like happy corporate takeover, quick fix, we laid everybody off, thanks for your service, ball you up in the trash, we don't need you because AI is taking over, we've replaced you. Happy Labor Replacement Day, right? And there's a lot of people that are caught up in that right now. People that I know, even me, I'm going through it right now too. I'm going through some stuff that right now usually wouldn't really be a major scenario, but because of so much turbulence that's taken place in so many areas throughout the last 2 years, it's led up to where I'm at now, trying to weather the storm, limp to the barn, as they used to say, or limp to the finish line. And when you have to stretch things like that, it's very easy for something to go wrong. And things did go wrong, but I was able to persevere. But now even I'm in a tough situation myself, you know what I mean? I gotta find, turns out, I'm gonna have to find an engine for my work van if I plan on keeping it, right? So there's that. So even I'm affected. There's ways around it. I'm resourceful, have experience, and have developed more more calm veins, calm nerves about it over the years. But it didn't start that way. But there is still sort of a way. So as long as I can push through, I can still fight a little bit. You know what I mean? So hopefully I can pull through. I hope that you guys are pulling for me, knock on some wood. And I wish the same for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's watching this, whoever that I know, I'm hoping that, you can weather, if you're going through something like this, you can weather the storm and come out on the other side, you know what I'm saying? And we try to use the best of what we know, right, to navigate and to keep our attitude straight and everything like that, and to be aware and being aware of self, right? Aware of the atmosphere, right? Like that's around us, like the things going on, like, and I mean, like in maybe even in whatever you're interested in business and everything like that, just being aware and always going into things with the right type of application from the knowledge that's taken in, right? And hopefully it's done the right way and not a corrupted way. And so speaking on that awareness, I don't know if you guys have been aware, but there's a lot of weird, dark stuff popping up, and it's like wildfire, like out of nowhere. So I would think that in the nature of everything else that people say, I think this was all planned and orchestrated, and it definitely would have some of the symptoms of it, correct? So perhaps that something like this is a piece of it too. But I'm seeing videos of people, there's one video talking about how nice people won't get financially successful, but it's not nice what they're talking about. That's a weird way. It's like apples and oranges, because they're using like a mood, personality, like being nice, versus having a psychopathic, lack of empathy type mind state. You know what I'm saying? They're apples and oranges. So there's a deception there from the jump too. If you're not aware, that's also a weird juggle on wordplay. So like if you don't notice it, they're completely different. However, yeah, encouragement to embrace a lack of empathetic thinking patterns, um, people pledging their opinion towards why they're choosing, what would be considered the dark side of the spiritual process versus the other side, like the lighter side in particular, right? Um, so I don't know if you're aware of that, but if you take a look, there's a lot of in between the lines type scripting, like wording, and just easing of it coming into the algorithms, right? So to me, it looks like another way to just knock a person off of what actually does work, right? Is there an advantage in being compassionate? Yes, everything has its time and its place. If you are in a position for power, success, I'm pretty sure that this person will be well versed in having to make hard decisions or being firm on certain things. It doesn't mean that they have to sell a bunch of people out beneath them in order to get what they want. See what I mean? So one just is considerate in the sense of doing things that are rational and within reasonable means. I mean, like, just not abruptly changing a system on people. So, just to use that as an example, finding a way to be inclusive rather than exclusive with a lot of the strategies, right? So, embracing like what is being proposed is another trait is like be opportunistic, quick fixes, things that catch you in a short amount of time, glitzy, real catchy, flashy, but has no longevity. And that's what I was gonna connect that to, is that thinking process, while seeming like it's great, often leads you to what you want immediately and then doesn't really have a follow-up plan to it, which ultimately is just a band-aid and not a solution, not healing at all. And so the big gaping hole of whatever the initial issue is will eventually surface again, and will be worse off. People will be worse off individually, or if they are responsible for a whole group of people as a whole, will most likely screw those people over and put them through a lot of crap that they didn't necessarily need to go through, all for the sake of the benefit that this person has achieved, this power goal or whatever it is, which is ultimately selfish and shows the lack of empathy and the ability to process compassion and the reasoning why. So it's like cause a lot of disaster in an end for a very short term image bump, boost, whatever, ego boost, image boost, and definitely a financial boost. But basically it's kind of like a pyramid. They just use that type of situation would use everyone, to get it done, and then just discard them, which is kind of like how people feel right now on Labor Day. So yeah, just wanted to share that, like the reason why a person may be thinking, yeah, that sounds cool, I want to adopt all these things, I want to manipulate people and use all of these trample my enemies type of mentalities, these ideologies. But often, just so you're aware, that they are attached to a dark place. The dark place, those type of lessons will sound very gratifying, sound very pleasing, but they are often misleading because they leave out a lot of details that you need in order to keep balance in a real scenario. So, there's no shortcuts in life. Try to convince you there is, but there really isn't. And there's only methods that you could use, maybe starting closer to the point that you want to reach or something like that. You might get a bump that way or something like that. That'd be cool. but there's really no shortcuts. There's no substitute for quality. There's no substitute for substance. And so that way you have the why behind all the actions taking place. You see how and how it all makes sense, and it's in balance, like math, a balanced equation in a sense, right? So yeah, man. But I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Whichever way, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Happy Labor Day coming from you, man, because I'm like you. If you're going through a struggle right now, I'm going through a struggle right now. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to put in some work. I'm right here putting in some more work. Coming up with this topic, trying to find the right words, put it all together. Sometimes it feels crazy. You know what I mean? But like, here I am. You know what I mean? So, nevertheless, if you're still watching or if you tuned in, whichever way, just like the video, subscribe, follow, comment, connect, hype. I guess that's the new thing now too. You see what I'm saying? There's always some changes, but hype or whatever, follow, whatever, either or all of them. It doesn't matter to me. I just appreciate you either way. Make sure you check out the music, because that's what I do first and foremost. Is I'm a music guy. So check out all my projects. Check out the Almighty Grind. Check out Cosmic Rock Box. Check out Legacy Family. You know what I'm saying? Legacy Family Immortal Carols is the holiday album as well. Just check out all the fun stuff. Shouts to all the fam. Shouts to everyone out there. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.